Circumstances beyond our control to evacuate the building. Do not look back. Do not stop.
Yes. Now time for the magic words. There is no expectation of privacy in public.
Sorry, I was muted. I was going to be so slick, too. All right, let me start over. Pretend that didn't happen. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, it seems that once again this morning, I have found myself in the most unfortunate position of having to once again announce that last night the Bears, failed to achieve victory versus the Washington Commandos or Commanders or whatever they're called. I don't care. The only solace I can take is that in 1940 on December 8th, the Bears, broke the record that is still stands to this very day of the highest scoring game of all time against Washington. They were known as the Redskins at the time, with a total final score of 73-0. So that's a good thing. But they played Sunday. So Monday morning, I had to come on here and tell you they lost. And then they played again last night. So that twice in 1 week, I had to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because once again, what am I going to say? They didn't win. And what really drove me nuts was right there at the very end of the game. The Bears were about to get a touchdown. And they stopped the dude and he landed like literally this close. Is this far away from the goal line. But he didn't make it. So I don't like to think of it as the Bears didn't do good. Just that the Washington defense did real good. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to let Hezokuai take over. I just wanted to let you guys know one of these days, pretty soon, we're going to have a Victory Monday. I'm telling you. But anyway, I'll see you next time the Bears play. Hey guys, hey, welcome to the stream. Good morning. Good to see y'all in here as always. And let's see, who do we got in here today? Let's see, we got Ikis, of course. Good morning. Glad you're feeling okay after that long nap. Terry Barnes, good to see you. As always, good morning to you. Let's see, we got I am back. How you doing? Good to see you as always. Terry Barnes, I kiss. Vinoy, hello, good morning. Sam, I am, good morning to you. I'm still doing the Bears thing. I jump into it, then I got to jump back out. All right, Terry Barnes, good to see you. Good morning. All right, my sock account, hello. Sam, I am, Vinoy. Graham, always good to see you too. Let's see. I kiss Sam. I am Terry Barnes. I am back. Vinoy, Graham, Jimbo. What's up? What's up? I am back. Frauditor Smitty. How you doing? Welcome. NCR News Network. How you doing? Welcome. Good to see you in here. My sock account. NCR Salacious. What's up? Let's see. Jimbo Salacious. My stock account. NCR News. Freight ends of Smitty. Tamara Marie, hello, welcome. Good to see you. Pack, what's up, Pack? And Analyze, good morning. Good to see you. All right. Jimbo, aka Jim Hughes. All right. Good to see you. Up early. Yeah. I was surprised. I know I saw a lot of you in the comment section. I was surprised to see him. Banana was on this morning. Like, I don't know what the hell time he woke up. It had to be like 4 or something. That's crazy. But hey, good for him, man. I love Ham Banana. He's had me up on his panel a couple times. I always have fun hanging out with him. Lots of Vegas Valley transparency talk over there. Leland, afternoon for me. Are you on the other side of the pond over by there? So anyway, good morning to everyone. Welcome once again to the stream. Good to see you. Billy Yank, good morning. And yeah, we're gonna have a good day. It's Friday. Friday's always fun. Good way to end the week. There's been a lot of stuff going on yesterday with this Darrell Brooks trial, so we'll get into that in a minute. But I wanted to start out with something a little bit more fun. This is I just saw this yesterday from Frauditor. Oh yeah, I am back. We were both on Banana's panel that night. Yep. Yeah, he's cool. I like him. So this is from Frauditor Troll's video, one of his videos he did yesterday. He had 2 different things on here, but I wanted to show the second thing because this is more of Long Island Audit being what he is. And I love the way that Troll breaks it down and points out the hypocrisy and the stupidity and some of the things that LIA says in here. I wanted to sort of point out because, oh man, hey, Lillian Squirrels, what's up? Unclean Hands, what's up? All right, see, I told you I am getting a Ham Banana raid. Look at that, this is great. Let's see. All right, so I wanted to just go over this a little bit because I thought this was kind of interesting, seeing how he uses these sort of word salad excuses to try and get away with his nonsense, of course. And of course he does. But just the things he says, man, like, watch this.
Who are you?
What's that?
Who are you?
I'm Detective Strove. Who are you?
Detective what?
Strove.
Strove?
Yeah, who are you?
Oh, I'm just walking down the street.
Your name is not I'm just walking down the
that's
street.
not my name. I'm just walking down the street. I don't know why I would have to give you my name.
Well, I just asked you who you were. That's why it's just.
Well, no, you asked if you could help me.
All right, see right there, boom, right at the beginning. This is, see, because I kind of wanted to break this down after I watched it because it's this whole thing with these guys, right? Like, because he's a cop, the fact that he said, "Hey, what's your name?" all of a sudden becomes an unlawful demand to make you have to state your name. Like, the dude was just like, "Hey, can I help you with anything?" No, all right. What's your name? Oh, my name's so and so. What's your name? Like that's called normal conversation. But because it's a cop engaging in normal conversation, all of a sudden it's this big, horrible civil rights violation. He's trying to demand I give him my name and ID and blah blah. What's your name? I'm so and so. What's your name? I'm not telling you. How dare you? Come on. This is so. It's always so obvious to me how he's passive aggressively being just as big a jerk as any other frauditor, but his fans and everyone always tells it as like, oh, he's the nice one, he's the good one, he's the one that we should have. No, same crap, just saying it calmly doesn't make it better.
Then I ask, no, the answer to your question is no, you can't help me, but Detective Strove.
Okay.
Do you have a badge number?
Do I have a badge number? Yeah, I do.
What is it?
What's that relevant to? What
I just like to know who I'm speaking to. That's all.
I just told you, I'm Detective Stroll.
Okay.
Badge number's right here. It's on my badge.
Okay. It's on your badge?
Yeah.
Can't really see. Is there anything I can help you
I
with,
don't think
sir?
he cares.
Yeah, you can tell me what you're doing while you're filming squad cars and what you're doing outside of your building.
Oh, yeah. I'm just taking some pictures and video of the vehicles here. Just checking them out.
I mean, I'm not trying to be confrontational with you or anything.
I don't think you are.
I'm just asking you who you are. I mean, it's not every day that somebody just comes up and randomly films their squad cars and then is confrontational with me. I mean, that's why I'm asking who you are.
I said I wasn't. I said that you weren't being confrontational. How am I being confrontational with you?
I'm not going to argue with you. Are you going to tell me your name or not?
You're going to call me confrontational. Then I'm asking you specifically, how am I confrontational? How am I being confrontational with you?
Well, Sean, it's your tone of voice, it's your attitude, and obviously you're the one lurking around fishing for a reaction. So you shouldn't be surprised when you get confronted.
Thank you. I say that every time.
And by me not telling your name, that's confrontational to you, Detective Strove? I don't really understand how that's confrontational. I've been more than cordial to you.
Okay. All right. Well, is there anything I can do for you?
The beginning of the conversation, I said no, so that will remain my answer.
Nice day.
You too, sir. Have a good one. Stay safe.
You too.
Detective Strove wants to know what we're doing on a public sidewalk, taking pictures and video of the vehicles here.
All right, so now after this, he started lurking into the windows and taking pictures of the women inside, basically peeping Tom behavior, but he chose not to include that part. But we know it's true because he even admitted to it. Here, listen to this.
How you doing today?
How are you?
Good. Can I help you find something?
Who are you?
I'm Chief Deputy May with the Sheriff's Office.
Chief Deputy.
May, M-A-Y. Can I help you
Chief
find
Deputy
something?
May. With the Sheriff's Office. Do you have a badge number? Or
It's 5002.
yeah, I don't need help finding anything. No.
I got a report that you're looking in the windows on the south side of the building. You're scaring some of the employees over there.
What side of the building?
On the south side of the building right over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Why are you looking in the windows?
Oh, I'm just taking some pictures and video of the facility.
Okay. Well, you're scaring the employees there.
So as you guys see, he's not denying that he is the peeping Tom that has been seen lurking into the windows. He just admitted it.
They don't work with the sheriff's office, so they're not used to it. Okay. So please don't walk up to the building and look in the window there. Okay. If you want to come in and talk to us inside the building or walk around, if you're in the office, we can show you from the outside. We'll be happy.
Well, I was just taking some pictures and video from the sidewalk.
Okay. But please don't walk up to the building, though, okay? And look in the window. You're scaring the employees.
Couldn't they just shut the window or shut the blinds or something?
Well,
Why?
no, I mean,
I'm not a
it's
threat to anyone.
Okay, but if I come to your home and looked in the window,
That's different. That's my home.
but this is their place of business. I mean, this is like their home because they work here, okay?
That makes no sense. They don't live here. This is not their personal residence.
Right.
This is
But it's an
taxpayer
office that
funded.
they're not used to people looking in their windows, okay?
I'm just curious to see what you guys are doing inside.
Okay.
Just trying to promote a little bit of transparency and see what's going on.
Okay, well, then you can come in and look from the outside, too, rather than looking in the window because you're scaring them, okay?
I was already inside.
Okay. You're scaring them though, right?
That's not
Please
my
don't do
intent.
that.
That's not my intent.
Okay. But that may not be your intent, but that's what's happening. So,
But I can't control other people's emotions, sir.
okay, but I'm telling you not to do that. All right?
All right, and
Because you're scaring.
I'm not gonna listen to you because that's not a lawful order.
I'm giving you a lawful
No,
order.
you're not.
You're not looking in the window there because you're scaring the employee.
You're that's not a lawful order, deputy.
All right.
That's
well,
not.
Please don't do that. All
That's a
right?
request. It's still
Okay.
not a lawful order, though.
Even if it is a request, can you have some human decency for once in your life and stop creeping out the women? That would be great. Thank you.
Please don't do that because you're scaring the employee.
That's not my intent. Why wouldn't you do this?
Because
De-escalate a little bit.
They called.
Okay,
me.
so they called you. No, let me finish. Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish. So they called you.
Yeah.
Understandable. I was
Yes.
looking inside the window to see what was going on in a
Okay.
publicly funded building, in a
Right.
public office. But wouldn't the smart thing to do to de-escalate the situation? Hey, Janice. Hey, I don't know if they're women. I don't know if they're men. But hey, just want to let you know, I went out and talked to the guy.
Right.
He's not a threat to anybody. He's not
But
threatening
that's why
anyone.
we're talking, and you're not a threat, right?
Okay.
I don't see a bazooka on you or anything like that, or hand grenades. But I'm just asking you not to do that because you're scared.
Okay, but asking me something and telling me something is different. I don't like being told what to do. Asking me, I'll consider it. Okay.
We good?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a good day, deputy. Can't take pictures and video from the public sidewalk, huh?
Here he goes with playing the victim. They didn't ask you to not take pictures. They just asked you to stop creeping in the windows. It's two different things.
If you want to create privacy in your windows over here, and we're going to point our cameras at the windows again because it doesn't make any difference. Because look, they're so scared, but yet they could have easily shut the blinds. Look, this is the windows he's talking about that I pointed my camera in that direction. They're so scared that they could have easily just shut the blinds and created their own privacy. But instead of doing that, they want to call law enforcement to come speak to me and give me a lawful order.
All right, so that's pretty much the end of that. So, listen, I got a couple of things I wanted to say about that whole situation. First of all, Rogue Nation, I see you in here. Don't think I missed it. Anyway, first of all, the whole idea of like, I can't control the way they feel. Well, if they're feeling the way they feel because you're walking up to the windows and filming through the windows, then you are controlling the way they feel by doing that. Second, every time in any video where someone does close the blinds, it's, oh, they're trying to block transparency. Oh, so now when they don't close the blinds, it's, well, these guys, their whole job is always moving the goalpost, isn't it? No matter what you do, you're wrong, period. There is no right answer with these guys. If you ignore them, then that's terrible customer service. How dare these public servants ignore me? If you don't ignore them, why can't you just ignore me and let me film? If you walk up to the window and they close the blinds, oh, they're trying to hide transparency. If you don't close the blinds, well, why don't they create privacy by closing the blinds? It's such a stupid game. It's nonsense. Cherry picking laws, moving goalposts. Yeah, that's what they do. They're just a bunch of garbage human beings, really. Yeah, they have no self-esteem, no pride, no empathy towards other humans at all. Is this the crying stream? See, this is the thing, Rogue. That you guys always, especially you with the, oh, I got Sav, oh, point to the doll where your feelings got hurt, blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing. If you're someone who just doesn't give a crap about other human beings, that's your deal. That's your problem. That's something you have to deal with. But bringing that on to everyone else and acting like you're all surprised and freaked out and how dare these people have feelings? How dare these other humans care about stuff? everyone should just be selfish and narcissistic and unemotional at all times. That's freedom. That's freedom. That's what America's about. That's liberty. Everyone being selfish, egomaniacal, narcissistic, assholes. Now that's what I call freedom. That's what I call liberty, where everyone acts the same, the way you want them to act, because you're the emperor of the universe, aren't you? Because it's up to you how everyone else feels. And if you don't like the way they feel, then they're just a crybaby, and they're just a Karen, and I'm going to cut web Lance because you're not feeling the way I want you to feel. And I'm the one in charge, and I'm telling you what to feel, which is nothing. You're not allowed to feel anything because I have the camera, and whoever's holding the camera is God, and everyone else could die. And if you're holding a camera, then you're a comeback Karen, and screw you. I know your game, dude. Come on, give me a break. This is the human decency stream. I like that. What flavor boots you wearing today, Rogue? Yeah, that's his dream in life. All these frauditors, their goal in life isn't to get us more freedom. It isn't to give us more liberty. It's to get everyone to lick their boots the second they see they have a camera. We're not licking boots. They want everyone to lick their boots. All employees of any job are supposed to bend over backwards, lay down, lick your boots, do what you say when you said it, because you have the camera, therefore you're in charge. And everyone else could just go die in a ditch as long as the guy with the camera has his butt kissed and his boots licked and shined by the people who bow down before them because they have a camera. And if anyone else has a camera, they're a comeback Karen, and screw them. Oh, man. Lick their camera. Yeah, there you go. Instead of trying to hit the camera out of their hand, just lick the lens. I'm not a boot licker. I'm a camera licker. Oh, man. That's awesome. Sorry, I'm just Mark the sarcastic lawsuit student. Welcome. Zurzu Zyquin, welcome. Good to see you. So many good people in here. I love my morning crew. You guys are the best. I even don't mind when Rogue shows up. Is he still here? Did he split? Oh, there it is. It feels good to have content that I don't have to fair use. Yeah, I got a lot of that too. But of course, nobody ever acknowledges the 180 videos I did before that are not this. But wait, me just talking? Yeah, that's right. Let's see. So speaking of which, let's go to Rogue Notion's channel and show one of his videos. Oh no, they're too boring to show. Same jokes every time. I got Seth. Oh, call the ambulance. I'm so clever. Let's see. What is this? Oh, nice. All right. So let's see. All right. So anyway, today I just wanted to show a little bit of that to sort of cleanse the palate before we get into this insanity. For those of you, again, who've been following me for a while, you should know that I've been covering the Darrell Brooks trial a lot. Christopher O'Connor, welcome. Because, again, not only was it that I was in Wisconsin when it happened, but the dude's a sovereign citizen. So it's amazing hearing a sovereign citizen make sovereign citizen arguments in a murder trial. Like, I'm used to hearing that in parking ticket or something. Didn't have his driver's license, but Leland's like, no, not this guy again. I'm sorry, but I have to talk about it because it's just so insane. And one of the things that was amazing, this whole trial is being stretched out by this guy. Yet that's what I was going to say. 50 minutes before the trial started, for almost an hour, this guy kept ranting on and on and on about all this sovereign citizen nonsense. It's insane. So I'm not, I mean, it's an hour, so I'm not gonna show the whole thing, but I do want to show a little clip of it for anyone who might have missed it, just to hear how this guy goes back to the sovereign citizen narrative, and it's insane. And once again, it's very important for me to stress the fact that, and he even says it in his arguments, which is insane. It's like, this case shouldn't even be happening. It needs to be dismissed because the state cannot be a plaintiff. The injured party has to be the plaintiff. But if the injured party, and this is the thing, this is why this trial is so important to me, because I always, when I talk to these guys in interviews and on panels and stuff, and even in chats, I always make the argument, well, if the state can't prosecute you unless there's an injured party, what happens if you murder someone? If you murder someone, they can't come and testify against you because they're dead. So technically, if that's true, if you're right, then the law states that murder is legal. And they're always like, well, that's a ridiculous argument. We're just talking about traffic tickets, blah, blah, blah. But here is a real life example of someone who did murder multiple people and is using the same arguments. It's insane. And this is not anymore just something that I made up as an example of the most extreme situation. This is real life. This actually happens. And take a listen to this idiot for a minute. Again, it's almost an hour. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but just to give you an idea of what this guy was doing yesterday before the trial technically started. So let me get this up here for you. Captain Nappy, don't worry about me, buddy. Scott Ammo, what's up? Yeah, I know the Bears lost yesterday. That was the first thing I did. Oh, no. Oh, grounds for dismissal. Yeah, let's dismiss murder trials. Right. Well, he just keeps harping on the same things over and over. Oh, there can't be someone who is a plaintiff in a case where there's no injured party and blah, blah, blah. And yet there's dozens of injured parties and several dead parties. Like, give me a break, man. This guy is so insane using these sovereign citizen arguments. Check it out.
Are as they were before. State have their next witness available.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's bring the jury back out.
Consent to being called by the name that this court chooses to identify me by. I'm going to state for the record that I'm here as a third party intervener on special appearance on behalf of my client. Can that be noted for the record?
It was noted this morning.
May it be noted again for the record so that we can keep the record clear and accurate.
The appearances are as they were this morning. They are no different. Bring the jury out.
And we have yet to address subject matter jurisdiction, Your Honor. I still haven't been shown any verified proof that
All rise.
this court has subject matter jurisdiction. And at this point, may I request an affidavit that you, Your Honor, have no bias, no conflict of interest, and no interest in the outcome of this case?
Mr. Brooks, the jury's coming out. We'll address your legal issues later, if I deem them appropriate.
Judge, do you hold the full
Mr.
judicial
Brooks,
power of the
please,
state, or is this the
please.
military
All right,
power?
Can you please take the jury out? Thank you.
Do you hold the full
Mr. Brooks, just
jurisdiction?
wait till the jury's out, please. I ask that you show that respect.
I will.
Thank
Your
you. Everyone else can be, you all can be seated. Mr. Brooks, just make your statements. What do you want to advise the court today?
I want to first state again for the record that I do not identify by that name, nor do I consent to being called that name. Your Honor, with all respect, I'm merely asking you, do you have the full judicial power of the state, or is this military power?
I'm sorry? I don't understand what you're asking me, sir.
I'm asking,
And on what legal basis are you making that request?
I'm asking for the record, is this a common law court or an admiralty court? What are we in here? And I'm requesting an affidavit that you, Your Honor, have no bias, no conflict of interest, or no interest in the outcome of this case. And the reason why I want to state this clearly for the record, mainly is because of the bias that's been shown. I have not been getting any certified copies of any requests that I've made, which I was told by this court to address inmate communication forms for anything that I may need. I've done that. I've complied with that. Every time I've needed something of the court pertaining to documents, I've done it the way the court has asked me. And I've always stated that I wanted everything to be certified. I have yet to even get that. My court docket sheet was not a certified copy. When I asked Your Honor of your oath of office, I asked for that to be certified. You stated for the record that you would not give me a certified copy of your oath of office, which you are required to show if I ask for it. I've brought up my Sixth Amendment constitutional right that has been pretty much discarded, and that is based on the fact that I have the right to face my accuser, which would be the plaintiff, state of Wisconsin, in this matter. They have yet to show that a claim is I mean,
Not true. Not true. Not true. The Sixth Amendment specifically states that in a criminal trial, you have the right to face the witnesses. And he has been allowed to cross-examine every single one of them. But he's making it sound like, no, I have the right to face the state of Wisconsin personally. That's why the other day he subpoenaed the state. And of course, they denied the subpoena, not because they're trying to violate his rights, but because it's stupid. It's a stupid request, and it doesn't even make sense on a logical level. Idiot. Ugh.
A living human being can only make a claim. An entity cannot make a claim. I've requested for the complaint to be provided. The complaint from November 23 of 2021. The amended complaint from November 29th of 2021. The second amended complaint from January 12 of this year, 2022. I have yet to see those. There was no record of a bond in my docket sheet. I asked for that to be verified by proof. That hasn't been provided. There's so many biases, clear biases in questions that are not being asked based on judicial determinations made by Your Honor. You look at the discrepancies, and I think they're clear. I think at minimum I deserve for the subject matter jurisdiction to be verified and proven.
All right. First of all, subject matter jurisdiction. All right. So he brought some cases to the judge regarding that the other day. and she addressed them, all of them, one at a time, and explained what the problem is. So for anyone who doesn't understand, the guy is talking about situations where the court cases that he brought up were court cases that specifically said that ATV Thunder, welcome. I didn't see you. Thunder. I always have to throw that in there when I see him. So he brought up cases where there legitimately was an issue with subject matter jurisdiction. In other words, he's in a criminal court right now. For this is a criminal case, right? So all of the cases he brought up were civil cases where the court that was trying those cases or that was hearing those cases legitimately did not have subject matter jurisdiction in that specific circumstance. And he's using that as proof that this court doesn't have subject matter jurisdiction over this case. But he's in Waukesha County. It took place in Waukesha County. The parade was the Waukesha parade. Everything is set. The court has jurisdiction. And now, one of the reasons why I wanted to play this too is because showing how stupid this guy is and how stupid his arguments are. He just said that he was never given a copy of the criminal complaint. Now, what's up, J-Car? In a few minutes, he's going to go through his papers and say, look, all I got is I got this criminal complaint and then I got this amended complaint. And then, but he just said that part of his problem is that he never received those complaints. And then he's going to show that he has them right in front of him as he's saying that he didn't get them.
Raised that issue numerous times, pretty much every day, every time I come before your court, Your Honor, I address that, and it has yet to be proven. My filings have been disregarded, even though they've been filed into the record, even though they've been time stamped. I haven't got the original copies of any of them, which I'm supposed to get. And as we sit here today, I'm still not even understanding the nature and cause of the charges. That hasn't even been proven. Can that be provided in any way? I'm basically sitting here confused because I don't understand why these proceedings are allowed to continue when there's so many things that have not been provided. They haven't been provided in my discovery. They haven't been provided to me by being brought to my pod where I'm housed in the jail. I'm without so much information, valid information to this matter. And I believe that it should be verified and it should be proven for the record. And if not, I move for this case to be dismissed for failure to appear by the plaintiff and failure to state a claim for which relief can be granted. Everything that I'm saying, it has merit and it has validity. As we see it here today, I'm still being charged with charges that shouldn't even exist based on the testimony that we've heard for the last few days. There's so many things left to still be proven. The prosecution team hasn't even proven that they're licensed to practice law in Wisconsin. They haven't proven, are they just bar association members, or do they have state issued licenses? That has not been proven, which I've raised that issue for the record. I'm not even sure if that was even recorded in the docket sheet. There's so many things, and Your Honor, you still haven't stated for the record if you have full judicial power of the state or is this military power. That hasn't been proven. Nothing has been proven. Not subject matter jurisdiction, not licenses to practice law. My Sixth Amendment right has been basically trampled over. No complaints have been shown. Neither of the three that I've requested, by the way that you told me to request them by inmate communication. Nothing is certified that I get copies of when I clearly asked for them to be certified and to be filed into the record. It's to the point where Your Honor, you should recuse yourself from the presiding at this point. If you're not going to abide by the oath that you swore, which was in your oath, correct? You swore to protect the Constitution of the United States.
She is.
You swore to protect we the people.
She is.
That is not being done here.
Yes, it is.
If every valid argument that I raised is taken by the court as a sign of disrespect or a sign
More
of
valid.
intentionally be disruptive or causing a problem, when I'm merely seeking understanding, because I don't understand. I'm merely seeking to understand why this information has yet to be provided and we're this far into this matter.
Because it's frivolous, it's
proof.
stupid.
Even as I sit now saying this, there's still no proof being provided. Zero. How is this case allowed to continue without these documents and filings being verified? Is there any legal factual basis that can state why this information has not been provided?
Because it's BS.
Why the docket sheet is incorrect?
No,
Why there's so much on the docket sheet that should be on record that's not even in there?
All right. Now I have to address that real quick. Okay. So this guy, all right. Word salad games, all of this nonsense, the sovereign citizen BS. Hey, what's up, Christopher O'Connor? And David Perillo is here. Yes, what's up? So he's making these arguments that the court can't do this. Tommy Larson, what's up? William Grabber, what's up? That's what I was about to get into, actually. The judge is smart just to let him ramble. Because, see, that's the thing. It's the point that he's accused, and eventually throughout this rant, he accuses her of being treasonous. Now, that's insane. And even the prosecution is like, whoa, wait a minute. Did he just accuse you of treason? That's insane. You've been nothing but good and respectful. The fact that she keeps letting him ramble on and on and on and on and on and on and on proves that she's bending over backwards to let this guy say his piece, do his thing, and letting him make his arguments. And but if he asks for a document and he gets it and it's not a certified copy according to him, and I don't know what his definition of certified is. It has to be signed with blood fingerprints and red ink. I don't know. But the point is, he gets the copy. It doesn't matter if it's not certified. You're not giving me anything on paper that proves you have jurisdiction. Well, how about the fact that this is a criminal court in Wisconsin, in the county of Waukesha, for Waukesha County? I mean, and you took an oath and you never provided me with your oath. That one has always been a big problem for me because a lot of sovereign citizens and frauditors do that in court, demand to see a paper copy of the judge's oath of office. Now, here's the thing. Think about, and these guys love to complain about the process you have to go through just to get in a courtroom, going through the metal detector and all of that nonsense. And there's so many cops and so many bailiffs and so many people in a courthouse. Do you really think that a random person who didn't take the oath for being a judge could just sneak in, throw on a robe, get behind the bench and start trying a case? Give me a break. The fact that she's there in front of you at all is proof that she took the oath, or she wouldn't be there. And again, the fact that this is a murder trial, the fact that he keeps going back to the jurisdiction thing, and he also keeps going back to the whole injured party thing. There were dozens of injured parties. There were 6 people killed. What are you talking about? And again, the Sixth Amendment thing is about being able to talk to the witnesses, which he did, and he subpoenaed 12 people to be witnesses for his defense. So where are these violations he keeps talking about? And again, it's on a whole nother level because he's got 77 charges against him. 77 charges. And so many injured parties. How could you make the argument that there's no injured party when that many people are injured? He should be arguing, and again, not to take his side or support him, but just the idea in general. If he had a lawyer, the argument would be that he wasn't the guy driving the car and that no one can prove that he was the guy physically behind the wheel at that time. That should be his focus, not all this sovereign citizen garbage.
That if we had the recordings of the record, they would see was brought up numerous times that doesn't even show up. I'm just asking for your honor to be fair, which is another right that I have, the right to a fair trial and the right to an impartial jury. I can go on and on and on about what's not being done. I have, again, I say I have the right to face my accuser. Where's the injured party? Who's making the claim? I asked your honor numerous times for your honor's name. You wouldn't answer. I asked, did you have a claim against me? You did not answer. I asked the whole courtroom, did anyone have a claim against me? No one said anything, which you stated for the record a non-responsive answer. A non-responsive answer is an agreement, which will be a tactic agreement by you, your honor, that you don't have to answer these questions that you should be answering. I have that right. The plaintiff in this matter, which was stated by witnesses in testimony to be the state of Wisconsin. But when I asked, do they see the state of Wisconsin present in the courtroom, the question is shut down, which is a valid question. The plaintiff should be present in this matter. Where is the plaintiff? Who's bringing the claim? Because we know an entity can't bring a claim. It has to be a living, breathing human being. No one is stated for the record if they're the injured party. Not your honor, not the prosecutors, not anyone in the court has stated to be an injured party in this matter. No one. Not one person.
Well, except for the injured parties that you interviewed
I have the right
on the
to
witness
demand that
stand.
the court place in the evidence any unrevealed contract. Has that been provided to me? Have that been placed in the evidence? I would like to see it, which is my right. I have the right to inform the jury about the truth and their duty and their rights. That's the First Amendment and the Sixth Amendment. But I'm repeatedly told
that you're an idiot
to shut the question down when this is valuable information that the jury should be privileged to know. They deserve to know. Once they were chosen to sit on this jury, why are we keeping information away from them that they deserve to know?
They deserve to know that you're an idiot?
They ultimately have the power. They decide
that you're stupid.
The matter. Why are we keeping information, valuable information, from their knowledge? That's a disservice to the jury. And frankly, it's a disservice to the court that they're not allowed to hear things that they should know, that they should be informed of. It's our right to inform them of everything that they have the power to know, to do, and to know. They deserve that much. It would be a travesty for them to make a decision without being fully informed. And these are all valid things. I have the right to protest and object if any of my rights or demands are not being met. I've done that numerous times, only to be shut down. Numerous times. I've raised the issues that I didn't consent to anything that may have been suggested on behalf of my former attorneys. I've never even consented to them making a plea on my behalf.
All right, guys, real quick, I wanted to point something out. I want everyone to take a good close look at this guy right here. All right. Take a look at him. Here, let me go a couple more seconds. There we go. See his face? See this guy right here? The whole time that he was going off about this rant, I couldn't help thinking, if they ever do a movie about this guy, about the Darrell Brooks trial, is it not brilliant casting to put Anthony Michael Hall as that officer? Look at him. Is that not the perfect guy to play that cop? I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. But come on, he looks so much like Anthony Michael Hall. It's hilarious. I think he'd be a great if they do a movie version of the trial. Oh man. This trial is more torturous to watch than Dumb Bears. Oh boy. Yeah, it sure is. That's the other thing I wanted to show too. And I hear a lot of people talking about it. So, I mean, this guy's been going 7-8 hours a day. He talks for an hour in that clip. So this next clip that I'm going to show, I fast forwarded it a little bit because I don't want to show what he's responding to, but I'll paint the picture for you guys. So there's a medical examiner on the stand who has diagrams of the injuries that caused the deaths of the people who died. And the last one she shows is a child. And she goes over specifically what happened because the child was still alive when he arrived at the hospital. They had to remove a piece of his skull because his brain was swelling so much. And I mean, it was horrible, horrible. I'm sitting here watching the testimony. She's shaking as she's trying to keep her cool. I'm almost crying listening to this. And then it cuts to him. And I want your opinion on this. A lot of people think that he was faking this part that I'm about to show. Other people thought that maybe finally he was starting to feel something, but eventually pulled himself back into defending himself. I think it was a little bit of both. I think that in his head, he was realizing for the first time that he's screwed and nothing he says or does can have an effect on anything, because I think he's scared. I think he's afraid of spending the rest of his life in prison. And I think it was more the fear of being convicted and spending the rest of life in prison than actually feeling sorry for what he did. But I'm going to show you a little bit of his reaction to hearing about this child and what happened to him as a result of getting hit by the car. And see your guys' opinion on what you think he was, if he meant it or if it was sincere at all, or if he was just, like I said, afraid that he was, going to spend the rest of his life in prison and doesn't want to do that. Let's see. What? Oh, I'm on the, there we go. Sam, I understand what you're saying there, but since he hates being called Daryl Brooks, I want to say it even more because he does not consent to being called by that name because it's in all caps, blah, blah, blah.
Mr. Brooks. Your cross, please. Do you have any questions for this witness?
1 second. I apologize to the court for taking so long.
All right. So that was that. That goes on for a few more minutes, and then eventually he asks like 2 questions, and then he's like, "Oh, could we have a break, please?" And then they take a break, and then he comes back, and as soon as he comes back, and after that, when they went on a break to let him calm down, I was hoping that maybe it finally sank in after that testimony. It finally hit him, and that they were going to come back, and that he was going to say something like this big revelation, like, "Your Honor, I'm sorry, I admit it, blah, blah, blah." Florida Jim, you're lost. You don't know who this is? Okay. So real quick, what happened was on November 21st of last year in Wisconsin, there was a Christmas parade. And this guy, his name's Daryl Brooks, drove his SUV through the crowd, murdered 6 people, put dozens of other people in the hospital. So now he's on trial. Turns out he's a sovereign citizen. So he keeps saying, "Oh, well, I need this case dismissed because you guys have no jurisdiction over a human being. And my name was written in all caps, so you can't use that name," and all the standard sovereign citizen crap. His defense is that you guys don't have jurisdiction, that this is a maritime court, and you guys have to dismiss this case because you're violating my rights by having me here, and all the sovereign citizen nonsense. And the jury's not going to buy any of it. No, you give them too much credit. My thing is that I'm not trying to. That's the thing, though. It's that during that time, I was thinking, "Oh, okay, maybe this guy, it's finally sinking in. Maybe he's finally going to," but then he comes back and falls right back into the sovereign citizen narrative. And then this is after all of that, after the 50-minute rant he did in the morning, supposedly having an emotional breakdown in the afternoon, here's how he ends it. This guy is, if you didn't think this guy was a piece of garbage, wait till whether he was the guy driving the car or not, he's obviously a piece of crap. Now watch this. Oh man, this guy's horrible, horrible human being.
I'm not sure what the terminology for that is, but that's how I would take it. That's a subpoena.
No, that's not a subpoena. The subpoena is when you actually get the subpoena paperwork by mail, or I don't.
Mr. Brooks, you need to ask a question.
Can I get to it, Your Honor?
No, because you're trying to define something, which would be testifying, which you cannot do at this time. So the jury will disregard his last comment, but go ahead and ask a question of this witness.
Use something else. Wow.
Mr. Brooks, that was inappropriate. Do you have any other questions
Yes,
for this
I do.
witness?
Yes,
Please
I
ask
do.
them. Would like to get through one more witness, but I want to take a short comfort break for everyone. So I'll rise for the jury. Thank you. Mr. Brooks, not now.
Not allowed to.
Not now. The jury is in this courtroom and you will show respect for them and for this court.
Respect for them would be
Mr. Brooks,
telling them the truth.
stop. I'm putting you on notice that you are on the verge of this court creating a curative instruction about your frivolous arguments. I will not have you claim legitimacy for what are debunked, frivolous, sovereign arguments.
Then
That is why
prove it.
your questions
Prove it.
are being
Prove that it's
objected
frivolous.
to,
Prove
and
that
why
it's frivolous. Prove it.
all the cases that we've already referenced, sir. We are in recess. We'll be back in
prove
5
it.
minutes. Thank you, everyone.
I don't agree to a estoppel. Can you prove?
Look at him still going after they shut him off. Prove it. Prove it. I did prove it. All of the cases I read to you that prove that you're wrong, prove that you're wrong. Yeah, prove it in his cell. Oh, man. This guy, I'm telling you, is too much. Oh, man. They could prove it by sending him back to his cell. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, and again, he said from the very beginning, even in the pretrial hearings, he was already talking about how he's going to appeal whatever happens in the court and all this blah, blah, blah. So obviously he's going to try for an appeal. And he specifically stated he is. But to me, it seems that that is a big point as to why the judge lets him go off on these crazy rants, because the appellate court's going to look and say, well, she let him talk for an hour here. She let him talk for 20 minutes there. She let him ask the same question 15 times before she stopped the talk. Like, because you know that he's going to say, hey, she kept shutting down my questioning, and that'll be part of his appeal argument, right? But then the appellate court's going to look at the transcripts and see, are you the plaintiff? No, the state's the plaintiff. Is the state the plaintiff? Yes. Have you ever met the plaintiff? It's an entity. Have you ever been in contact with the plaintiff? No. Is the plaintiff here today to testify? No. Like, of course he's going to get cut off. It's a ridiculous line of questioning. So there's no way any appellate court, I don't think, would be able to even stand reading the transcript from this idiot, let alone grant it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, set him free. He'll last 5 minutes on the street. Well, I think that's what he's afraid of, is because he knows that because he's in Wisconsin, that Dahmer got killed by the inmates, and he doesn't want to become the next Jeffrey Dahmer. But put him in general population. That's the thing. And yeah, I don't know how much longer today's trial, what happens in court today with this is going to be fascinating, I'm sure. But it's going to be really, really, really interesting to see what happens next week when the prosecution rests and then he gets to make his case. That's going to be a dumpster fire. I don't know. Florida Jim, actually, let me see, because I know I've covered it before. So here's the deal. Back in I guess it was the 70s, there were a couple different people who thought that they found something in the law. They obviously were wrong and completely misinterpreted everything in the law, but they started publishing a bunch of things that nowadays with the internet have spread, and these sovereign idiots actually believe this stuff is true, and it's not. And like the judge just said, it's been proven wrong over and over and over again. The only reason why the whole sovereign citizen thing is even still a thing is because people don't want to pay their license fees. They don't want to pay for a driver's license. They don't want to pay for a license plate. They don't want to pay the registration. And they use the whole sovereign citizen argument in court to get their cases dismissed because the court doesn't have time to deal with some idiots with a ticket that are trying to stretch on the case on more and more and more and more and more and more. And it's not worth it. But this is a murder trial. They're not going to do that in a murder trial. This is major. This isn't a stupid traffic citation. This is a big deal, and they're not going to just let it go because it's not worth their time. Oh, man. The witnesses are, some of them are. Some of the witnesses that they interviewed are people that were hit by the car and survived. So this whole argument that there's no injured party is insane because he's literally talking to injured parties. Let's see what else we got going on in the chat here. Commentator auditors here. Hey, what's up? Brooke says 13 witnesses. Actually, unclean. That was part of the problem yesterday was that they denied his request because his 13th witness was the state of Wisconsin itself. He wanted the state of Wisconsin. He wanted to subpoena the state. So he actually has 12 witnesses that he wants to call because they denied his request for the 13th one because it's a stupid, frivolous, insane, ridiculous request to have the entire state of Wisconsin show up to testify. So, Cat Woo, what's up? Yeah, that's the other problem. Who are the 12 people that he subpoenaed to come and testify in his defense? Survivors? I have no idea. One of the things that's funny too about let's see, I get all that sovereign citizen so why they act the way they do mentally, what's wrong with them? I've noticed in general, and this goes for both the sovereign citizens and the frauditors, it does seem like, and this is kind of an important point because I've been on panel with several of them. I've had discussions with, I've talked to Rogue Nation. I've talked to Audit Them. I've talked to just a bunch of these idiots. And one of the things I noticed is that whenever anyone brings up like their criminal record, it's always kind of like, well, what are you going to judge me based on a mistake I made 20 years ago for the rest of my life? No, that's not what I'm talking about when we bring up their criminal records. What I'm talking about is you get in trouble, you do something wrong, and then you get mad that you got caught. So you decide that the way that you're going to get revenge on the police, the way that you're going to go after the cops is by adopting this sovereign citizen mentality. And like Schrodinger's cat always used to say, frauditors are just sovereign citizens light. Because when you hear them argue in court, when you hear them argue with the cops on the side of the road, all of their talking points all come right out of the sovereign citizen script. It's the same nonsense. Yeah, they just they use the same arguments. They might not fully buy into the whole sovereign citizen ideal, but all of their arguments come straight from the sovereign citizen script. There are even specific ones that you could point to and say, hey, these guys did this, these guys did that. But it's all crap. Yeah, they can't admit that they're wrong, right? If they do something wrong, it can't be that they did something wrong. It has to be that the government was wrong to bust them for doing what they did. Their talking points come from the Supreme Court. Citation needed, because all of the cases that they quote, they always misquote, and it's always wrong. So yeah, I don't know. They've got a lot of BS in their script. No soft-sit has ever won in court. That's another part of the standard narrative that these guys always try to build. They call a dismissal a win. But that's all they do is push for dismissals. And again, like I said, like what this guy's trying to do in this case, right? Well, you got to dismiss it because of the jurisdiction. You got to dismiss it because there's no physical person to testify. There's no injured party. The blah 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 blah. But it's all nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. When he makes the argument, about the Sixth Amendment, for example, because he keeps harping on that too. The idea that he's not allowed to face his accuser. If you Google the Sixth Amendment and you read like the summary, all right, it'll say that the Sixth Amendment gives you the right to face your accuser. So the fact that they use that wording means that they're not quoting the Sixth Amendment. They're not citing the Sixth Amendment. They're citing a summary of it. That's not it. And he keeps going back to summaries. He argued yesterday for probably a good half an hour with an officer about, or with a witness about a summary that an officer wrote about what the witness said. But he wasn't reading from the witness's statement. He was reading from the officer's summary of the witness's statement. So he's like, but according to this paper I have here, it says you said this. And he's testifying, well, I didn't say that. And he's like, well, then why are you saying it now? It's like, and then the judge kept telling him, look, if you want to ask questions about the officer's summary of the witness's statement, then you need to file a subpoena for the officer who wrote the summary and ask him these questions. You can't ask the witness about what the cop wrote. You have to ask the cop about what the cop wrote. You're asking the witness what he said. He's telling you what he said, and then you're trying to argue with him, which makes another objection because it's an argumentative. It's not a question. And he keeps, but. There are no buts. You're an idiot. You have no idea what you're doing. This isn't a stupid traffic citation. This is a murder trial, multiple murders, as well as multiple injuries caused by you. The whole thing is absolutely insane. Yes, this is in Wisconsin. It's in for anyone who doesn't know, Tommy, if it was in Wisconsin, it's called Waukesha, Wisconsin. On November 21st, there was a Christmas parade, and this guy drove his SUV through the parade. He ran over a bunch of people. He killed 6. They keep saying there are dozens of other injuries. That I don't know if they just can't even count how many people were injured that didn't report anything or didn't show up at the hospital. But it was a completely insane massacre. Oh, look at this. Miranda's in the house. What's up? Thank you so much for the super sticker. Good to see you, Miranda. Hope everything's well. That's $5 for being late. David, I got to admit, that was funny. That was funny. So anyway, yeah, we were just talking about Daryl Brooks trial again. We were going into the nonsense, as always, that he's doing this sovereign citizen arguments and trying to get his case dismissed over a bunch of nonsense. It's all crap. It's all garbage. The dude's just another soft-sit idiot. And that's all he is. And that's probably all he'll ever be. But yeah, it's annoying. And then before that, we were talking about yeah, Tommy, this thing, he says 12 states don't have the death penalty, and Wisconsin is one of them. That's part of the issue with this whole thing, is why he's got 77 different charges, because they have to address each one. So if he's found not guilty on 10 charges, he still has 67. If he's found not guilty on 20 charges, he still has 70, 60, 50 left. Like, if he's found not guilty on 50 charges, he still has 27. Like, 77 charges is pretty much a guarantee that he's never getting out. But I don't know. It'd be fair to say that sovereign citizens and predators are a little bit less on the IQ side. Yes. Did he offer a reason for what he did? So his defense keeps popping around because he's a sovereign citizen idiot that has no idea what he's doing. Sometimes his defense is that he wasn't the one driving the car. Sometimes his defense is that he didn't mean to run people over. The narrative, from the way the prosecution is painting it, he never denied that he did it. He's denying that he is the person because his name on the charging document is written in all caps. And since he's a sovereign citizen, he doesn't even accept the jurisdiction of the court to hear his case in the first place, or to be the defendant because his name is written all caps on the charging document. So he's saying, I'm not saying I'm not guilty. I'm saying that I'm not even the legal entity that you're mentioning at all. So this case needs to be dismissed on grounds of I'm an idiot. But the story is, this is basically the narrative from the prosecution's point of view. The first person to testify was his ex-girlfriend. So what happened was, he came out and, all right, I'll start at the beginning. This is the story of what happened. So, and it's partially his defense too, but it's, again, I'm not saying for a fact that this is what happened, because that's why we're at trial, to figure out what actually did happen. But this is the story as to why it happened. So he gets in an argument with his girlfriend. He slaps her around. She's got bruises and bumps all over her face, black eye. And since he's mad at her, what happens is because she's hanging out with her friends, her friends, because she's doing this, she's one of these girls that, unfortunately, and I'm not judging her, I know that this is a thing that women that are in those kind of relationships often make excuses for the guy abusing, for the abuser, right? So she's trying to kind of do that. Like, oh, I don't want to, but her friends are telling her, no, you can't let him keep getting away with this crap. You got to call the cops. You got to call the cops. So when it becomes obvious to him that his girlfriend that he just got done beating up is going to call the cops on him, he jumps in his car and speeds away down the street that the parade is going through. So he's mad at his girlfriend. He's freaked out that she's calling the cops. So he speeds down the street and drives through the parade and mows down all the people in the parade. So his excuse is basically, I was driving away from my girlfriend that I just got done beating up. It's not my fault that all these thousands of people just happen to be standing in my way. Really? Really? And then they keep testifying, and he's like, well, this isn't relevant. That isn't relevant. But it is, because they keep testifying about the street and the direction that the car was traveling versus the direction that the parade itself was headed in. Because there's all these, and this is, he keeps going back to, he keeps asking all the witnesses if they heard a horn. And when they say no, he's like, well, isn't a parade noisy and loud? Yes. So is it possible that maybe you didn't hear it over all that? So he's trying to make the excuse that it was okay for him to mow people down with his truck because he honked his horn to tell them to get out of the way. Every piece of anything he tries to use as his defense is ridiculous. It's either sovereign citizen nonsense or stupid garbage. Again, if he had a lawyer, what they would focus on is the people that are able to positively identify him as the person that was behind the wheel. There's no need to bring up whether or not there was a horn honking. There's no need to bring up, well, I was upset at my girlfriend that I just beat up, and that's why I was speeding down the road. There's no reason to say, oh, well, it's not my fault that there were people on that street. None of those things need to be anything. If he had a lawyer, the focus should be and would be on, can you identify the driver? No. Done. Next witness. Can you positively identify him as the driver? No. Done. But he can't do that because he's a sovereign idiot. Hit the like button. Hey, Julie Weaver, what's up? All right, my stock account. Good to see you again. Thank you for coming out. Yes, Jimbo, that's another thing he keeps saying is, did you get the license plate number? I pointed this out yesterday. You're in that position. I know for myself, because I've all right. So a few years ago, my kid, he's 12 now, but at the time he was, I don't know. I don't remember how many years ago it was. He was probably 6, 7. He broke his arm. And I immediately, it was like we were literally in the middle of a huge, insane snowstorm. So I pick him up, and at the time, I only had one car, and my ex-wife had the car, and we only had one cell phone at the time, and she had the phone. So I didn't have a car, and I didn't have a phone, and I had a son with a broken arm. So I picked him up. I carried him downstairs. I laid him on the couch, and I said, I'll be right back. I was nice and calm and cool, but I said, just relax, take a deep breath. I'll be right back. And then I ran outside in the snowstorm, found a random person on the street, used his cell phone to call 911, and came back. Why did I tell this story? Because as soon as I saw that whole thing, I immediately got into dad mode. I wasn't looking at the cars driving by on the street. I wasn't even paying attention to the snow. I didn't take time to put a coat and hat on. I was in dad mode. I got to get my son to the hospital. I got to get his arm fixed. So I didn't see anything except for what I was looking for. It was like having blinders on, tunnel vision. Where's somebody with a cell phone? Where's somebody with a cell phone? Boom. Dude, let me use your phone. My kid just broke his arm. I got to call 911. No problem. Here you go, buddy. Done. Right? So I know and understand the idea that once these people got hit by the car, he wants to argue car too. I'll get to that in a minute. These people get hit by the car. Their parents run over to help their children that just got ran over by a car. And his thing is, well, why didn't you get the license plate number? if your kids were ran over, how come you weren't writing down the license plate number? Because they were in parent mode, because they were in protect my children mode. They weren't in get the license plate number mode. They weren't in the logical think about what we could do to help them mode. They were in save the kids mode. Anyway, the whole car thing. Every time someone testifies that a car drove through, he wants to argue that it wasn't a car, it was an SUV. So your testimony is no good because you said the word car. And then he actually had the audacity yesterday to ask, I think it was the priest, I don't remember, but he asked somebody when they said that they saw a car going through. He said, well, why did you say it was a car if it was an SUV? And he's like, well, I mean, I'm not really a car guy to just name all the different types of cars. A car is a car to me. And so this idiot's rebuttal to that was, well, you wouldn't call a bus a car, would you? Really? Like, oh my God. So I actually, I got this, I actually got, did I order the code red? Did you order the code red? So I got a request for my rap song, and oh, thank you, Miranda. Love you too. Excellent. Yeah, this guy is a complete clown. Why was the priest there? All right, Kiss a Cat 1. So it wasn't just that he drove through the parade, but there were 3 specific groups marching in the parade that he ran over. The Dancing Grannies, which is exactly what it sounds like. It was a bunch of old ladies that he ran over. The I forget the name of it, but it was the like Waukesha High School marching band. So a bunch of teenagers, and the Catholic Church of Waukesha County, a Catholic organization. And that's why there was a priest there, because he was part of the parade. He was in the parade in representing the Catholic Church in the Catholic community of Waukesha. That's what it was. So that's why there was a priest on the stand. Yeah, he was a victim. And he was there. He literally saw the whole thing. He was standing right there. The car drove right past him. So yeah. It's his arguments again are stupid and insane and crazy and dumb. But I got a request for my rap song. So why not? People love this stuff. The dancing kids too. Yeah, the teenagers, the kid. There were so many little kids and all that. No, the priest didn't see him personally. It was, but again, there have been people who did ID him specifically as the driver. He likes to keep harping on the fact that he didn't. What was it? That he had a beard and long hair at the time. So the fact that he shaved, I guess, means that they can't identify him now. Like he's such an idiot. He's so dumb. He's so dumb. So where's my rap song? Somebody wants to hear it. So I'm going to play it. I think it was actually David who requested it. So let me pull it up for you because that is fun. And I always like to end these things with some fun, not just getting serious about a murder trial. Oh no, that's horrible. Let's see. I think I have it at the end of this video. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to play the whole video and the rap songs at the end because this is a fun little thing I put together about a year ago. Let's see. I want you to sing it. You want me to sing it? Then you'll hear me sing it in a minute because this is a fun video anyway. So you want me to rap right now? You don't want to. I don't know if I could say my actual rap on the internet. I might get canceled. Let's see. This is the an old video of mine from what is it? I don't know. It's the Sovereign Citizen Smorgasbord is what this video is called. So let's get this going for you guys. Check this one out.
I'm just manipulating my way into a civil lawsuit against the government.
Listen, any man that causes damage to my property, I'm going to sue you, okay?
You'll be able to see just from the lifestyle that I've acquired and obtained by doing the things that I'm doing.
I know the laws, buddy, and I'm waiting for you to do something wrong so I can sue you in the pulpit.
I do not have a job. I do not work. I don't do that. I literally file civil claims against these agencies to acquire monetary gain.
Why are you driving if you don't have a driver's license?
I'm not driving.
I was just behind you as you pulled from 101 onto Johnson into this parking lot.
I completely comprehend what you're saying, but I'm not driving. It's the misuse of definitions is what it is.
We're traveling. So Black's Law Dictionary, I'm just using the online dictionary. It defines driving as one employed in conducting a coach, carriage, wagon, or other vehicle with horses, mules, or other animals, or a bicycle, tricycle, or motor car, though not a street railroad car.
I'm not driving for my job. I'm not for hire.
It basically says nothing about commerce. Now, here's the interesting thing. It says employed. Now, you could say employed, that means you're working a job, right? Wrong.
I'm not, back in my car says not for hire, non-commercial. I'm not driving in a commercial capacity. I'm not required to have a driver's license at the moment. I'm in my automobile, which is my private property. It's posted on my window. I got a little thing back there in case anyone pulls me over. It says private property, no trespassing.
So employed, according to Black's Law Dictionary, basically means doing a thing. So employed, according to Black's Law Dictionary, basically means doing a thing. So employed, according to Black's Law Dictionary, basically means doing a thing.
Are you ordering me to do a thing?
If you know that you're driving, then you are driving. If you know that you are conducting a motor car, then you know you are driving. That's why sovereign citizens are wrong on Black's Law Dictionary.
According to Black's Law Dictionary, a crime is defined as there being an injured party.
Just one more quick thing to add. I just saw a video where this lady claimed that Black's Law Dictionary defines crime as there having to be an injured party. Black's Law Dictionary does not define crime as an injured party. It actually says a crime is an act committed or omitted in violation of a public law, either forbidding or commanding it. So there you go. There doesn't have to be an injured party.
You all right? Can we help you? You good? Okay. I mean, you have your right to your freedom. I just want to make sure that we can do to help you.
I want to show reality what bunch of tyrants you are. You're tricking little kids now, but until they grow up, they're gonna realize the truth.
Sir, get away from me. You need to get away from me.
What's the problem?
You need to get away from me. You're crazy. You're crazy. No, you're crazy. You're crazy. You're going around me. I don't know your intentions. You're being mean. You're being mean. Yes, you are. No, you're a tyrant. That's what you don't do that to people. You don't do that to people. You don't do that to people.
Come here. Do you mind telling me your first name?
No, I'm not telling you.
Okay, gentlemen, would you like to come and look inside our cars? Here, this is Unit 113. I think we'll quell all your inquisitive natures by looking inside. Come on. Come here. There's a tablet in there. There's firearms in there. They're locked up and only a key can open them. This is where the individuals who commit crimes go. We transport them to and from places. And even individuals who haven't committed crimes, we transport there. Usually they're a little bit cleaner. I'll apologize. Is there something else that you needed to see inside the cars?
No, I was just looking.
Okay, so what else do we need to do?
We don't need to do anything.
Okay, so we're done?
I don't know. Are we?
I'm done.
I'm not done. I'm gonna get.
What do you need?
I want to drive this.
What do you want to record?
Is this public property, right?
What do you want to record?
This is public property,
Yeah,
correct?
it is. Yes.
And I'm only recording for my safety.
So listen,
and if
public property. No, this will end up on YouTube.
I'm
not
not one of
stupid.
those guys.
I'm not stupid.
1, 2, and 3. You ever heard of the First Amendment, Sergeant? Or officer?
Welcome to do it.
Hey, there you go. That's another one for you then. You heard of it.
Make you happy.
You're a coward. You're all cowards. You're a coward. You're a coward because you guys will grab a citizen for exercising his God-given First Amendment rights, but you would never grab Charlie Baker and say no. Charlie Baker says, shut down the churches. Yes, sir. Destroy the First Amendment. Yes, sir. Checkpoints. Yes, sir.
No. All right, so I'm getting pulled out of my car right now. I just wanted to tell you guys that. I parked in Target parking lot, and they're pulling me out of my car and putting handcuffs on me for no reason right now, guys.
So you have warrants, and your car doesn't have license plates on it.
Yeah.
So there's not
Well,
no
no,
reason. You say what you want to say, but you're a liar.
I'm just telling you, I cannot cooperate with tyranny. I don't even understand what you're saying.
So you're not going to step.
I'm not, listen, I don't even understand what you're saying. I cannot cooperate with tyranny. You guys are tyrannical bullies. You're trying to extort money from me. Don't give a
Are you kidding? Okay.
Shit.
Oh, I'm done. Oh, I can't.
So here's where we're at. Ricky, you're also under arrest, okay? So I don't want this
She
to
said it
fall.
was discretionary.
Okay, I don't want this
And
to
what
get
am I?
broken.
What am
We're
I
gonna
under
just
arrest
set it-
for?
Assault.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Guys, look at this. Look at this. That's assault. That's assault.
Man, I can't believe this crap, man. These cops are out here arresting people just for breaking the law. Man, these tyrants are out of control, bruh. I thought you were a lawyer, now you say you can rap. Well, I've listened to your record, made me go take a nap. The rhymes you're spitting out, they make you sound like a nut. Your latest track, it's got less views now than Glencerio's butt. Well, you say you're just a man who wants to smoke at some weed, but you smoked yourself stupid, boy, get the help that you need. You think you could be like Tom McDonald, be an internet star? The problem is your brain's so tiny, it would fit in this jar.
It's a frivolous lawsuit.
You know you're gonna lose.
Frivolous lawsuit.
Now watch me play the blues.
Frivolous lawsuit.
You put against a cat.
Frivolous lawsuit.
Make sure you wear the hat. All parties have been sworn in. I've read your complaint.
It's a frivolous lawsuit.
The way it's written, it sounds like you've been smoking paint.
Anyway, yeah, that's that. So I had fun making that one. you know, I like the way that I edited that together, you know, trying to make certain points. um, but yeah, that was me doing my hey, Susan the sassy old great granny. Good to see you here. Always good to have you here. I love my fans so much. My mornings are great with you guys. Um, Dawson Detrana, hello, welcome. Good to see you. You have I ever released any albums? I want to. Um, I mean, I've got a lot of music I've written over the years. Um, the only issue I've had with that is um, getting my stuff together. I'm trying to figure out a way to, you know, put it into a package where it's like an album. But the problem is I have like heavy metal songs that I've written. I have rap songs that I've written. I have a classical song that I've written. I have a jazz song that I've written. I have so many different genres of music. I'm not sure exactly the order to put it together that it makes sense as a cohesive album, as opposed to just a bunch of random songs thrown together. You know, I want to make it a whole thing, you know, not just, oh, you could buy this song or that song. But that is something I do want to do eventually, is make my music available for purchase, because I got a lot. Let's see. DeCastro's Troll from INC or LNC. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me. Let's put some TTUs in the chat for Chili DeCastro. By the way, it looks like the Grifties aren't even a thing anymore because Chili's like way down at the list, and Kate from Masshole's like way up on the list, which is just insane. Somebody told me that it got hold on a second, I like this because and I get this because it's from the Blues Brothers, right? Well, we have both kinds of music, country and western. Well, we have both kinds of music, heavy and metal. Whew, that's good stuff. So add that hat to the merch line, right? Chili can't even win loser of the year. Yeah, he can't win anything. You got so much wrote that sometimes you find stuff you can't even remember writing. I do. You know what, Leland? I have a notebook back in Wisconsin in my storage shed that's like this thick of just things that I've written. I thought I heard the Grifties got hacked. I can't prove it, but Chili went from being like within the top 4 to now he's like all the way at the bottom, and all of a sudden Kate from Masshole is way up. So it doesn't seem to make sense that it would get that many votes that quickly, you know, and I don't know. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true, but whatever. But yeah, so like I got my book, obviously, that I wrote, the Frauditor's Handbook, and I published that. But I have been wanting to publish like a collection of my short stories. But my problem is, all right, take it easy, ATV Thunder. Thank you again for coming out. I'll be perfectly honest with you. My problem with publishing a book of my short stories is that I don't know. It's, I mean, I don't want to say it's a, you know, a humility thing. It's just, it's true. I don't, even with this, when I published this, the only reason I decided to publish it is because since I'm doing the Frauditor thing right now, I figured, well, I have an audience for that already. So I wrote a book about it. I'll publish that, you know, and people could read it and hopefully they'll enjoy it. But the short stories I wrote, kind of like with my songs, right? There's so many different subjects and it's so kind of all over the place that I guess it's a self-confidence thing, really. Like, I feel like, oh man, what if I write this and I publish it and people are like, what is this garbage, you know? And I don't know. Because part of the issue for me is when I go back and read my own writing, I'm always extremely critical of myself, you know, and if there's any tiny little thing in there that I'll be like, oh man, I wonder if I should word that differently or this. And it gets to a point where like eventually I have to just look at it and say, look, this is it. This is what it is. And just accept that I did what I did and that's it. And then put it out there. And if people react good, great. If they don't, then, you know, I'm sorry. But Frank liked my book. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. A lot of people did. So again, between publishing my music and publishing my short stories, I got a lot of other stuff I want to do. Obviously, I have an audience because you guys are here. But again, anything that, wait, what? Write a picture book about short stories. Anyway, yeah, it's you know, whatever. Eventually it's all going to come out in the wash. And it's, where's my metal music? You want to hear one of my songs right now? I could go ahead and play it. I also have like you'll see in my videos that I have a lot of cover designs that I've made and drawings of mine that I put in there to kind of just, I don't know, just to sort of say, hey, this is, if I do end up someday publishing it as an album, you know, different ideas for what the album cover might be. Let's see. Where is my, oh wait, I could just go to my main. Here we go. My back in the 90s, I was a DJ at raves. And that's one of the reasons why I have dance music in my collection as well. Let's see. That's right, Jimbo. So anyway, back in the 90s, I was a DJ. And my DJ name was TR573. So I actually have a channel just for my music, and it is TR573. It doesn't have all my songs on it, but it's got a lot. I'll start with, I'll show you guys, since I had a request for my metal music, I'll show you this song. Glenn Molnar, welcome. So let's take a look. I had a request to hear one of my metal songs, so I'm going to go ahead and play. This one is an older one. It's called Oil Election. So... Yes. That's one of my songs. You used to work for WGN? Wow. WLUP, WKQX, man. I used to listen to all of that. That's awesome. But yeah, someone wanted to hear one of my metal songs, so that's one of them. Yeah, I picked that one for the guitar solos. And then, but I've got a lot of other stuff too. Another guitar solo that I'm really proud of that I did was from a song that wasn't a heavy metal song at all. It's part of my standard intro, but for those of you who aren't here that early to hear it, I'll go ahead and give you a quick little listen on this as well, because this is another one that I'm actually proud of, and I don't mind people hearing this. Let me pull it up real quick. This is a song. It's a slow one. It's called Interlude, like Lude, Lewd. Let's see, where is it? Here we go. And again, those of you who've been following me for a while are familiar with this one, but it's great stuff. Thank you, Miranda. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let's play Interlude for you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. No, Leland, it's not over. I had some requests for some of my music, so. Yes, indeed. So that's that. Once again, thank you again, Miranda, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it very, very much. And thank you so much for the compliment. I appreciate that more than you know, believe me. My guitar tone sounded very much like Tony Iommi. Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of stuff. That song specifically, I was playing my Les Paul. The song before that, I was playing an Ibanez and a Schecter. So yeah, but again, I got all kinds of music. Again, the songs at the beginning, I try to keep almost all the music I use my own original compositions. Like I said, I got a jazz song I did, I got a classical song I did, I got a punk song that I did. I got all kinds of just different stuff because I appreciate every genre of music, David Perla, I'm in a coma, comatose, baked. So yeah, and all the art, even the drawings, are all mine. The album covers, I drew all that stuff. My little picture that I show, in the background during my intro, that's all me too. So I try to keep everything, original. My Judas Pumpkin on the wall, right here. And then my 8-year-old drew this one, which is pretty darn good. I haven't got baked yet, but that's the idea. Frankenstein ordered earlier this year. Oh, Frankenstein. Love Frankenstein. Eddie Van Halen Frankenstein, though. Yeah, he's I was so sad when I found out Eddie passed away. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't know. It's up to you guys. I mean, I've pretty much covered everything I wanted to cover as far as the sovereigns and the frauditors. But if there's anything else that you guys want me to cover, or if you want to hear more music or anything, believe me, I don't mind showing off. If people want to hear it, I'd love showing it. All the different styles that I do. Like during my intro now, the Halloween intro that I did for this. Oh, look at this. Oh, Glenn Muller. What are my thoughts on David Gilmour? Did you hear the song that I just played? That so if what I just played was absolutely influenced very much by David Gilmour. In fact, it was specifically something that he said in an interview once that caused me to write that song. The guitar solo I played in that song was specifically from David Gilmour because one time in an interview, I saw someone was asking him about how he decided to, how he came up with his own style, like his own unique tone and everything. And what he said was that he had this idea, like when you're playing the guitar, like you could go from like a note here to a note here with this finger, or you could hit this note here and then bend up to that note instead of actually physically moving your hand up, just bending up to it. And that was exactly what I did there. That was the whole point of that. So yeah, I love David Gilmour. He's one of my favorites of all time. Kiss a cat goodnight. Good to see you. Glad you came out. That's what made me think of him. Yeah, that absolutely was a nod to Gilmour's style. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yeah, that's that movie reminded me of the Doctor Strange movie, the whole like alternate universes thing and bringing different pieces and different things. Reminded me of Pink Floyd. Well, yeah, that Pink Floyd was definitely a huge influence in that song. Absolutely. And then I did, like I said, I did a bunch of dance music too because I was a DJ back then. what I was saying about the new Halloween intro that I put on here for this month that I've been using. That's a song that I wrote too. It's a dance song, but it's using like creepy things and screams and all that. And I put the Frauditor flashes for the jump scares. So yeah, I've got a bunch of different stuff that I've done over the years. Let's see. What else do I got here? Because I did so much different stuff over the years. Let's see. So many. Trying to remember which one is which here. This, I'm going to play a little bit of this. You guys have kind of heard bits and pieces of this because in my my video I made with which one was it? Oh, with the she spit in my face. She spit in my where I used the sample of that and Schrodinger's cat going, take it, bitch. Take that. Actually, I took one of my old songs and just took like the first chunk of it and put those samples on it. But this is actually the original song that I took that from. And again, TR573 was my DJ name, and that's the name of the song, TR573. Like I said, I've played a lot of bits and pieces of it. I've used bits and pieces of it in other videos. But here, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys listen to the whole thing because why not? Here you go. Jennifer Klein, awesome to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you. We were talking about music, so I'm just playing some of mine. Yes, I've been playing all my original music. Like I said, I had some requests for some of my tunes. Hold on. All right, sorry, I had to pause it there because Jennifer just joined us, so I just want to give her a heads up what's going on. So yeah, I talked about the David Brooks trial. I talked about Long Island Audit and Frauditor Trolls, no video on him. And then we just started talking about music, and then somebody said, you wrote a heavy metal song? Let me hear it. So I started playing some of my songs. So yeah, this is, the telephone was ringing. But yeah, this is all my own new original stuff. The collab would be great. I'd love that. Anyway, let's get back into it because I seem to be enjoying it. And all the artwork is mine as well. Oh, I'm sorry. All righty. So that's that. Let me here. I'm gonna drop a link real quick if anyone wants to check out my music channel. This is it. Everything on here is stuff that I wrote. Again, it doesn't have everything I did on it, but it's got quite a lot. So if you guys want to check out my tunes, that's where you go to see them, to hear them. And so that's pretty much where we're at. We got a premiere of a new Kate video coming up from Unclean Hands pretty soon. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Again, pretty much you're trying to get our blood flowing. I'm awfully tired. Hey, you know what? Whatever. It's a good morning. We had fun. Other than the fact that the Bears lost yesterday, it's a good day. And so you didn't tell me you had a music channel. Yeah, I do. Again, if you look at it, you'll see that like I posted it a long time ago, and I only got like 9 subs on there. So I didn't give up writing, but I definitely really haven't been posting much else on that channel. But if you guys enjoy it and you go into it, then I'll start posting more of my songs on there. Obviously, I'm building a fan base for everything. I'm going to have to start, actually put an album out. But anyway, like I said, the Bears lost, so that was bad. And then we talked about Long Island Audit. We talked about the Darrell Brooks sovereign idiocy. And again, we got a Unclean Hands premiere coming up in a few minutes. So I'm going to let you guys go there, get my day started. Got to take care of these kids, got to get them off to school, all that good stuff. Over the weekend, normally and as per usual, if something comes up, I might pop in with a surprise stream, but I'll definitely be back here Monday morning once again. Great to have all you guys here. Great to see Jennifer in the house. Miranda, everybody, love you guys. Frank, Edward, Mark the Sarcastic Law Student, Commentator Auditor, everybody, love you guys. Leland Squirrels. Oh, man, I love my morning crew. Like I said, we're becoming like a family. Even Christina Probst just came in to say hello. You guys are the best. Love you. Thank you for the support. And I'm going to have my Elvis gnome say goodbye. Oh, yay, yay, yeah, I'm all